Ah yes, lucky number 13. Greetings and welcome to Here's What I Heard, home of the Talk to Me America show, where the world wants to know what you have to say, so call me and tell them like it is. At its new day and time, Friday mornings at 9 a.m. Central Time. I'm ldghwih, your hostess. Thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. Please support the channel. All my links are below. Click on some of them, will ya? And don't forget to share. Let's start helping people today, shall we? This video and all my AITA videos are for entertainment purposes only. Sometimes it's necessary to give people a taste of their own medicine. A regular kept spoiling a show I was watching. I used to work in a comic shop. I bet that was cool. And we had a lot of regulars who would come in every week who I got to know fairly well. There was one guy who had mentioned he liked Stargate, so one week he came in and I mentioned to him that I started rewatching Stargate from the very beginning. Cool. I guess binge watching is the rage now, I guess. I also mentioned that I'd never seen the last 3 seasons or any of the spin-offs, so I was excited to see them. The first thing he says is, "Oh, so you don't know about detailed description of something that happens in the final season?" I was like, whoa, no spoilers. Which should have been enough, but it wasn't. Somehow that doesn't surprise me here. Every week, he'd come back in and spoil it for me even more, and every week I would tell him, please, not to spoil it for me. This went on for about 2 months. Between the regularity of it and the smirk he'd get on his face every time I asked him not to tell me spoilers, I knew he was doing it on purpose. I think I probably would have figured that out after the 3rd week. Maybe even the 2nd one. So, one week he came in and bought a big pile of comics he'd ordered. I waited for him to pay, and then, instead of bagging them up, I found them all out over the counter. I know what's coming next, don't you? You see, I read a lot of comics. Somehow that doesn't surprise me either. Especially back then, I read every new comic that was published by Marvel and DC, and then some, as they came out, and I would imagine that was pretty easy for you working in a comic store. So, it just so happened that I had read every comic he had just purchased. I proceeded to point to each comic and spoil every single one of them. He didn't talk to me about Stargate after that. Well, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, and people don't realize what they're doing to you until it's done back to them. Hence the Democrats. Just saying. What do you guys think? Is something like this something you would do in the same situation? Or have you? Let me know in the comments. Now here's a question you never want to hear. Am I the a-hole for not eating my sister's eggs? My 28... This person is 28. Older sister, 35, Anita, has been keeping chickens for about 4 years. Over time, it has slowly become her entire life. For example, her husband, Frank, supports their family, but she has always maintained a part-time job. 2 years ago, she quit to stay home full-time because her babies, the chickens, needed her. Okay. She didn't even do this when her actual kids, 15 male, 13 male, 12 female, were small. She misses social events, sports games, etc. if the timing doesn't work with her chicken schedule. Anita will also cook with the eggs from her chickens. She insists on hosting all family events. Okay. The quitting the job for the chickens is a little strange. Maybe because she missed that part of her children's childhood, she's like trying to relive it now? Let's see what happens. At each one, there is a little ritual she does where she puts out 2 versions of some kind of egg dish. Deviled eggs, egg salad, quiche, etc. Okay. Sounds almost like we're starting a game show here. Maybe she's an influencer? One made with store-bought eggs and one made with her chicken's eggs, and demands that everyone eats both and casts a vote for which one is better to demonstrate how much better her eggs are. Well, at least the title isn't so gross anymore, but yeah. Frank does not participate because he will not eat her eggs after an incident to put him off. But everyone else is expected to. I hope they tell us what it was that put him off. I can't even imagine. This past weekend, for the 4th, she made deviled eggs. I love deviled eggs. Everybody loves my deviled eggs. Nobody asks me where they come from, though. My husband fixed me a plate of food while I was talking to my dad, which included 1 egg. The egg he grabbed happened to be from the store-bought plate. My sister quickly came over and reminded me that I needed to eat a real egg. Real egg, I love it. As well, so I could vote. I told her, no thank you, I only wanted 1 egg. I've struggled with my weight for several years and have lost around 20 pounds in the last 9 months. Good for you, good for you. I'm pretty sure eggs don't hurt that though, although deviled eggs might, because some people put cheese and stuff like that in. I don't starve myself by any means, that's a good thing, but I'm careful about portion control, and I was only having a little of each thing so I could try the food everyone had brought. Nice, that's the way I like to do it. Also, I just didn't want a second egg. After repeatedly trying to make me eat a second egg, my sister finally said, fine, don't have one. Uh-oh, starting to sound a little... I don't want to be blamed when you get fat again. I've had a few times where I've lost weight and gained it back. Okay, it happens all the time, and I assure you it has nothing to do with your sister's food or cooking. It's probably more likely you're just in a trend right now because of the food that they're providing us. As we were going to leave, my sister came up to me holding a large container full of her chicken's eggs and told me to take them home so that I could see how much better they were, since I refused to participate in the game. Yeah, man. You know how they say don't play with your food? I got irritated and said, no, Anita, I don't want your eggs. I have eggs at home. We've all played along with your petty egg thing for years. I know what they taste like. Stop.
How about no?
She made a face and then ran upstairs to her room and began sobbing loudly enough for everyone to hear from downstairs. Oh, yes. Please be the victim now that someone's put you in your place and doesn't want to participate. Since then, I've gotten texts from my mom telling me to apologize, from my dad telling me my mom wants me to apologize. I love that. From my dad telling me my mom wants me to apologize. That's hilarious. And from Anita telling me that I humiliated her in her home and that she doesn't want to be, she doesn't want me around her kids because I'll poison them against her. Yep, I came back to the kids. I guessed it right to begin with. I'm getting good at this. And that is probably my fault that Frank won't eat her eggs anymore. And then accusing me of having an affair with Frank. Oh my God. Okay, this woman loves drama. Unfortunately, it sounds like it has something to do stemming with the fact that she wasn't there for her kid's childhood. So she's now trying to relive it through the chickens. Yeah, somebody needs to take her to a little bit. She just needs to talk to somebody. She's not, I don't think it's any kind of brain problem or anything like that, but people do get it in their heads, especially when she may have had it drilled into her head and her kids may be accusing her of not being around when they needed them back. You know how teenagers are. I hate you, Mom. And, poor Mom, she carried you for 9 months, took care of you, did everything, wiped your ass, everything like that, and you turn on her like that. I can see how that might affect her in strange ways. Yeah, but love the last line. I keep getting texts from my mom telling me to apologize, and from my dad telling me my mom wants me to apologize. I don't know why that's so funny. Typical man, I guess. At least he's standing up for his woman. What do you guys think of this one? It sounds rather strange, maybe even made up to me, but hey. Again, some people get obsessed, and a lot of times it has to do with something in their past that they won't let go of. All right, let me know in the comments what you think of this one. I laughed my ass off, as you could see. I do hope you enjoyed my video today. Thanks so much for visiting me once again, and what do you think of these scenarios? Let me know if you like what I'm doing here. Don't forget, on its new day and time, the Talk to Me America show, where the world wants to know what you have to say. So call me and tell them like it is. Friday mornings at 9 a.m. Central Time. Please support the channel. All my links are below. Click on some of them, will ya? And don't forget to share. Thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. And remember, LDG is here to help. Until next time, AMF!